A complete sustainability strategy. One Community Weekly Progress Update, number 684.
One Community is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are creating open source and free shared blueprints and resources, tools and tutorials, and do-it-yourself instructions for highest good living. Creating solution models that create additional solution creating models in the service of all life on this planet. This includes highest good approaches to food, energy, housing, education, for-profit and non-profit business creation, society, and stewardship.
Welcome back again. My name is Jay. Thanks for joining us for another episode of One Community's Weekly Progress Update. This is our April 27th, 2026 edition, and today I want to talk about a complete sustainability strategy. And the reason I want to talk about, actually before I talk about a complete sustainability strategy, I want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. If you're somebody that has watched our videos, more than 2 or 3 of our videos, I'm really, really grateful for that. If you're somebody that regularly watches our videos, and we put these out every single week, thank you. Your time is valuable. I understand that. That's why we try and keep these things, even with all the extra stuff at the beginning and the end, to under 15 minutes. And I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. And so with that said, let's talk about a complete sustainability strategy. Every week I come in here and I say, I have some message of positivity, and a complete sustainability strategy really is the foundation of what it is that we're doing here. And it's complete because we've taken the physical foundations and we're combining them with the emotional foundations to look at the entire human living experience. And we said, what does it look like to build the best version of that? My original background is in holistic health. And from that, I researched and studied and took a whole bunch of classes and went through, years and years of training, looking at holistic health and looking at why is there such a chronic issue with cancer and depression and physical breakdown, and understanding that, where that came from, and then looking at the same thing from a global perspective, like what's going on, why is our air being poisoned, why is our water being poisoned, why is our food being poisoned, and oh look, poison air, water, and food, those have a lot to do with human health and the lack of purpose in people's lives, and the lack of community in people's lives has a lot to contribute to their emotional and psychological health. And so through that, of decades of working with people, I came up with a plan, came up with a strategy for looking at how do we create the healthiest, most beneficial living environment possible, and how do we create that so that it can continuously evolve and improve to meet the changing needs of humanity and the diverse interests of humanity, so that we can create a sustainable world within one generation. How do we do that? What would we call that? Oh yeah, we'd call that a complete sustainability strategy. That's what we call that, and that's what we're creating. Everything you see happening in the background of this video are what we are creating, what One Community is creating as open source tools, tutorials, resources, and do-it-yourself instructions, so that we can make this complete sustainability strategy easy enough, affordable enough, and attractive enough so the idea goes viral and it spreads on its own. Because if we create a complete sustainability strategy that's only implemented by us, that's cool for us, but doesn't really do anybody else any good. There's actually lots of people out there that are already living completely sustainable. But do you know how to do that? Do I know how to do that? Do we have access to exactly how they do that with a step-by-step instruction process, and how you would scale that to, say, 2,000 people and how you would manage that? No. And so that's what One Community is doing. We are creating that. We are creating a complete sustainability strategy with step-by-step instructions covering all aspects of sustainability: food, energy, housing, what we call and like to call, or what we've identified and like to call, highest good living, education, economics, and stewardship. Taking all these things together as a complete sustainability strategy and building not just a demonstration of that, but a teacher demonstration hub designed to teach other people how to replicate it in their own lives, and in the grandest and most awesome version, how to replicate it as an additional teacher demonstration community, village, city, or hub that can be implemented anywhere in the world, so we can build a global cooperative and collaborative of these communities, villages, cities, and hubs working together, sharing information, creating more versions, more evolutions, more adaptations, more iterations of everything that you see happening in the background of this video and on our website, so there can be even more options for people to choose from, and so we can make it even easier, make it even more affordable, and make it even more attractive, so the idea will spread even faster. That's our idea for a complete sustainability strategy. Cover the physical foundations of sustainability, include the emotional foundations of sustainability, open source and free share all of this, not only as just comprehensive models for food, energy, housing, but so that all the individual components can be implemented without the other components, so that people that aren't interested in complete teacher demonstration hubs or communities, for people that just want to maybe build themselves a radically sustainable guest home that's built from our highest good housing models, that's going to last longer, it doesn't have any carcinogenic materials included in it, it's more beautiful and artistic and durable. That alone is a game-changing idea. But if you don't include all these other things, you don't really have a complete sustainability strategy. So there's already people that are sharing how to build sustainable housing. There's already people out there sharing how to grow sustainable food. What we think is missing is, how do you put all this stuff together, and how do you manage it and run it and scale it to 2,000 people? And how do you open source that? Not just the teacher demonstration hub. How do we open source the open source process so that other people can get involved and open source their adaptations, evolutions, and iterations also? That's what One Community is doing. We're creating software to manage all that. We've already created software, open source software, for managing our all volunteer global sustainability volunteer team. We've also almost done now with the software component for managing the complete construction process, and how to manage all the materials, tools, materials, equipment, on-site injuries, learning experiences, and how to take all that data and to be able to run weekly reports on that. And you'll be able to see that stuff starting to show up on our website for the complete organization, because we're getting very close to finishing that up as well. And so we have those kinds of a total org summary that we'll be sharing. We also have that for construction. We also have that for the recreation and social architecture that I was talking about, the fulfilled living component. We also have that for the education model. We also have that for self-governance. All these things, building the infrastructure to be able to support that as a global cooperative and a global collaborative for change. Our idea of a complete sustainability strategy is that anybody who wants to participate should. And then it should grow on its own organically, should spread on its own, because it's a better way of living than the way that most people are living right now, because it provides more of what people want and more time to take advantage of that at a lower cost than the way that people are living right now. Easy enough, affordable enough, attractive enough. That's the foundation. That's the foundation of our complete sustainability strategy, and taking the physical foundations, combining with the emotional foundations to accomplish that, and open sourcing and free sharing it, right? So open source and free share covers the easy enough, affordable enough aspect, and we're creating all those aspects. Visit our website to see that. And then the attractive aspect is covered by combining this physical with the emotional foundations, meeting the 6 human needs. Google One Community 6 human needs if you'd like to see exactly what we're talking about in a better way than traditional models, and making that accessible to everyone. Easy enough, affordable enough, attractive enough, covering the physical foundations, emotional foundations, put those together to create teacher demonstration communities, villages, cities, and hubs working together around the world to create even more open source physical foundations and emotional foundations, and making it even easier, even more affordable, and even more attractive, working as a global cooperative and collaborative, managing it all with open source software that we're already creating and is getting pretty darn close to done, actually, and adding in all the details that aren't already on our website as we build it all, and inviting the world to participate. Building One Community so that hundreds of thousands of people can visit annually, see it, experience it, and everything that they experience is open source and free shared, so it can be replicated anywhere in the world. That's it. That's our idea. This is how we're how we're open sourcing the idea of lifestyle design and radical sustainability simultaneously so that people with shared values and interests can come together and create a uniquely meaningful life experience that just isn't possible without the radical sustainability and bringing people together in community to create it. And we'll prove that by demonstrating it. And so we think it's time to discover what humanity is capable of. And this is how we're doing that. So if you're into this kind of thing, you geek out on this stuff like we do, first of all, thanks again for watching. And, if you'd like a weekly dose, if you're not already subscribed to our newsletter, visit our website, subscribe if you'd like a weekly dose of positivity in your inbox. We send out 1 email a week, have been doing it for years. And it includes this video and a link to our weekly progress update blog. If you'd like to help out, visit our helping page. Lots of ways to do that. If you'd like the easiest way to help out, join us on social media. We're in all the different social media networks to make it as easy as possible to help us share our information, to help us get the word out. And if you'd like to see exactly what our all-volunteer team has accomplished within the last week, you can visit our written blog, which I already mentioned. You can visit our website if you'd like to see all of our open source tools, tutorials, resources, everything that is the result of over 2,000 volunteers working together to create this, hundreds of thousands of hours of research and design. And last but not least, stick around for another couple minutes if you'd like to help out our algorithm and if you'd like to see bullet points on all the major components of our project. And until next week, we will keep on keeping on building this complete sustainability strategy one step at a time, one day at a time, but constant progress. So thank you again. Until next week, keep on keeping on.
The one community approach to highest good housing is eco-artistic home building that is affordable, sustainable, do-it-yourself duplicable, resource and space efficient, and consists of 7 different sustainably constructed village models. One Community is also creating an open-source duplicable city center. It is designed to be LEED Platinum certified, provide 12 guest rooms, dining for over 150 people, and laundry and recreation space for over 300 people, all while saving money, time, space, and resources. One Community's approach to highest good food is duplicable almost anywhere, scalable for different needs, more biodiverse and nutritious, part of forwarding a global open-source botanical garden collaborative, and includes 9 different free, shared, and duplicable growing environments. One Community's approach to highest good education is designed for all age groups, adaptable to any schooling environment, inspiring and fun for all participants, includes national standards, all subjects, lesson plans, teaching strategies, learning strategies and tools, classroom design, and more. The One Community approach to highest good society is globally focused, individually enriching, cooperative and collaborative, includes a highest good network and application, 4 different economic models, and combines fulfilled living and true earth stewardship for the benefit of all people and all life on this planet.